duo of Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay are under the most pressure. But what about over in Dallas? It's round 2 for Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy. Ding, ding! And Dak is expected to be back from his season-ending ankle injury a year ago. Bucky is joining us now. So, Bucky, which duo is under more pressure, McVay and Stafford or Dak and McCarthy?
Oh, it absolutely has to be Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. When I look at this team has mortgaged their future to win right now. And what's interesting about it, Sean McVay had a quarterback who was a successful quarterback, and he elected to move on. Jared Goff was 42-20 under Sean McVay. The LA Rams had gone to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff at quarterback. They were winning and in the playoffs again. Sean McVay made a decision that he wanted more at the position. So he traded away a couple first-round picks. The Rams now don't have a first-round selection until 2024. And he did it for a quarterback who has 0 playoff wins, only 4 winning seasons in his career. And the only way that he can justify this move being better than what he previously had with Jared Goff, he has to not only get to the Super Bowl, but he has to win the Super Bowl. That's a ton of pressure for a guy who's never won a playoff game.
I like where you're at, Bucky Brooks, but when I think about pressure, again, I always correlate pressure, Bucky, to expectations. Now, here's what we know. Dak Prescott is making more money than Matthew Stafford, so expectations monetarily are higher. Based on rankings of we've talked about all offseason long, aggregate rankings of different sites, Dak Prescott is ranked higher than Matthew Stafford. Dak Prescott is in the top 10 of every quarterback ranking category. Matthew Stafford falls around 10, 11, 12, etc. So Dak is paid more, and Dak is ranked higher. Mike McCarthy's actually been to and won a Super Bowl. Sean McVay has not. So Mike McCarthy has done something higher than Sean McVay has, thus the expectations are greater. Bucky, if the expectation for the quarterback of the Cowboys and the coach for the Cowboys is greater than the expectation for the quarterback and the coach of the Rams, to me it's a no-brainer that Dak Prescott and McCarthy are under more pressure. But I also offer you this, and I think this is the strongest point of it all. Only one of these 4 parties that we have mentioned is really has a job on the line. Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy. Only one of those 4's job is up this year. Because Sean McVay, you know he's safe. The last 4 years for Sean McVay, bald. Matthew Stafford, you know he's safe. He ain't going nowhere. Dak Prescott just got paid a boatload of money. He's not going anywhere. But Mike McCarthy, Mike McCarthy is the one individual who people are going to look around like, wait a second, maybe he's the problem. So since Mike McCarthy is the only person who actually could lose his job this year, depending upon that play, I think McCarthy and Dak under way more pressure than those stars out here in L.A.
No, I think it's a no-brainer, and I agree with you, Bucky. It's McVay and Stafford. Think about it. Sean McVay did mortgage the future. Think about what he did. He basically gave us this equation. He said, I had a quarterback take me to the Super Bowl that was lesser than the one I just got in trade acquisition. So guess what everyone's going to say? All right, that sounds great. That means you got to do even better. Now, how much better can you do than a Super Bowl appearance? You got to win it all. Imagine somebody say, touch the ceiling, and you're on the floor. You're like, oh, I could do that. But then you're already up there, and it's like, well, it ain't that much room to breathe. Now go touch it. It should be that simple. Oh, is it going to be that simple for Sean McVay? Hell no. It's going to be like he underground trying to jump up there because he got Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's never won anything in the postseason. And I'm not condemning him. I'm just reflecting what his resume shows. Matter of fact, look at all these quarterbacks from his same draft class, 2009. Oh, my God. Started at least 1 playoff game. Of those, 11 yet to win a game. 0-4, Andy Dalton. 0-3, Matthew Stafford. 0-2, Mr. Trubisky. And Carson Wentz and 7 others, 0-1. But this is just the age-old battle of outcome versus performance. Outcome versus performance. Let me give it to you like this. Tom Brady has better outcomes than the performances of his nemesis, if you want to call him that, Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers has better performances than Tom Brady, but Tom Brady has better outcomes. So it seems like Sean McVay just said, look, I want a better outcome, so I want to go get a better performer. Problem is, that guy's never performed well when you need him most in the postseason. So it's going to be interesting to see if Sean McVay can make it as simple as touching the ceiling when he's that close already to it.
But here's really the pivotal difference that you all aren't either seeing or at least are not acknowledging. Remember, Sel, Mike McCarthy, you could almost say like he's out on parole of being sorry. right? Like, Mike McCarthy.
Say that again, just because it's so funny.
Mike McCarthy is out on parole of being sorry. Like, he got to live up to certain responsibilities before we throw him back behind these bars of sorriness. What do I mean? Mike McCarthy, y'all, has had 3 consecutive losing seasons. Okay, the last 4 years, let's look at Mike McCarthy versus Sean McVay. The last 4 years, Mike McCarthy, 17, 26, and 1, 40% win percentage. Sean McVay, 43, 21, 4 winning seasons to Mike McCarthy's no winning seasons. Keep in mind, Mike McCarthy got fired for a season in there. Also, Sean McVay has made it to a Super Bowl. The person who's under more pressure, the group that is under more pressure, is the person who is out on parole realizing that they are one bad action away from being sent right behind those bars of being sorry. Mike McCarthy, 3 losing seasons consecutively. You are 1 losing season away. You know how it is. You 1 strike. You 1 losing season away from being sent back to where you were. And that is in head coaching purgatory on the streets, hoping an owner will give you a sleepover so you can get another job. Mike McCarthy and Dak, they under more pressure, big dogs.
No. This is a situation where the pressure is not only on Matthew Stafford, but on Sean McVay, because Sean McVay is on the verge of being considered the emperor with no clothes.
Oh.
Meaning he was the whiz kid, the guy that we celebrated, the offensive genius, until we got to the Super Bowl and we saw the New England Patriots undress him. They took apart that offense, and that offense hasn't been the same. All of the wizardry and the magic stuff that we saw for 2 years, how we celebrated him, we haven't seen that same wizardry. Does he have another pitch? Does he have something else? He can remove Jared Goff and put all the blame on him, but the pressure now is on Sean McVay. Show us. Show us how masterful you are with the X's and O's. Show us if you can get this offense back to being a top 5 offense, because he has thrown Jared Goff under the bus.
Yes.
Now he has a shiny new thrower at quarterback. If this offense doesn't look dynamite and electric and capable of winning a Super Bowl, we now know that Sean McVay was simply just borrowing pages from the old Shanahan playbook, and he doesn't have the ability to expand upon it.
Oh, that's deep right there, because people, if you really looked at them last year, they were carrying more by their defense than their offense. Talk about first in total defense, net yards per play, scoring defense, pass defense, 3rd best rush defense, 2nd in sacks. The defense was leading the way in terms of the numbers and statistics. 3-3 in the postseason under Sean McVay. Ooh, that's gangster. But let's talk about what else is gangster, because you behind the bars of sorriness, that's an amazing line right there, talking about what's going on in Dallas right now with Mike McCarthy. But last time I checked, Acho, no, your words can't penetrate Mike McCarthy, because of the 2 we're talking about right now, he's the one that won a Super Bowl. And I know you don't respect equity and you don't like, Letterman jackets with patches, but you can't take these patches off, homie. This one says right here, Super Bowl champion Mike McCarthy. You know what Sean McVay says? Still ordering his jacket. So it doesn't say anything. I'm looking at this situation right now. Acho is trying to lower the bar. That's what Acho's trying to do.
For who?
For who? Didn't you say earlier that, hey, for Kevin Durant, we're not going to lower the bar? We're not going to lower the bar. For Sean McVay, if you up here and you already made the Super Bowl with a quarterback that you could throw under the bus, a quarterback you don't even think that good, well, then damn, when you get Matthew Stafford, who's supposed to be all that, you're going on vacations with him, it got to get higher, not lower.
Let me ask y'all a question. Okay.
Oh, it's question time.
Let's talk about it's question time.
Yeah, I bet
baby. It's question time. What about first date grace? Y'all know what first date grace is.
Oh, I got one on you. Let's hear this.
First date grace. My homeboy went out with this lovely woman this past weekend.
This is you. This is your story. This ain't your homeboy. This is keep going.
I was watching track meets. It was not. Shut up. It wasn't me.
Okay.
Now, with that being said,
Kevin Durant up here lying his ass.
My homeboy went out with this woman this past weekend, and it didn't go great. It didn't go great. So I looked at him and said, hey, big dog, it was just y'all's first outing together. Give her a little bit of grace. Getting to know you, you getting to know her. Sal, you know I came on this show. What the executives say? Well, Acho, first year, just getting some shows under your belt, just, figure